Hey, how's it going? Kenny here, and welcome back to Non-League to Giants and the beginning of Season 8 and our 5th season with Portsmouth. We actually start off the season the same way we started off last season, at home to Chelsea. And also, get this, very bizarre, very lazy from the guys who do the fixtures in my opinion. We start off the season at home to Chelsea and away to Norwich, the exact same two fixtures as last season. And also, we end the season home to QPR again. So yeah, very, very bizarre. Home to Chelsea, the only game featured in this episode. And last season we lost this game 3-2 at home. We did ourselves justice though. It was quite a tight game to be honest. But hopefully this time round we could actually get the win. That would be nice, wouldn't it? In terms of the season preview, would have got us down in 14th place. Of course, if you watched the last episode there, you'll know that we finished off in 12th place last season. So to be honest, I'll be disappointed with a 14th place finish. I am trying to crack the top 10 this season. If you look at the odds for the teams here, it shouldn't be completely out of question because it looks like it's a bit of a drop-off in quality from Wolves and West Ham, 8th and 9th, to Leicester in 10th place. So if we can get 10th place this season, I will be satisfied. If we can make some sort of miraculous push for Europe, I'll be even more satisfied. But being realistic, I'd like to see us finish in the top 10 places. That would be very, very nice. And hopefully well clear of the relegation zone. Also, Scum have returned to the Premier League. Southampton have been promoted to the Premier League. Also, West Brom and Middlesbrough. Anyway, it's been quite a busy summer. It's not over yet. As you can see, a few weeks left of the transfer window. And hopefully one more player will be joining us. That player is Lucas Mertens. I just made an offer for him for 24 million. I was hesitant to get him in, to be honest, because he wants to be a star player. And I cancelled the deal earlier on in the window because of that, but now I'm getting a little bit desperate, to be honest, and I've decided to, give in to his demands and offer him a star player position, and hopefully we'll get him in the next coming days. That'll be nice. As you can see, got 15 million in the transfer budget, 82k in the wage budget. Looking to sell one more player as well to try and raise enough funds for Mertens to come in, and that is Bilalic. He's currently got an offer of 5 million from Brentford. So hopefully we can sell him and bring in Mertens. In terms of the done deals already though, lots of players have left us. And the first one to leave us was actually Bakwa. He's gone to Celtic for 19 million. He was a good player for us, especially in the Championship. Towards the end of last season, he did quite well. He of course scored 2 goals against QPR there in the final game of the season. But ultimately, he wasn't good enough in the Premier League. 3 goals and 3 assists in 31 games, 6.8 average rating. Not good enough. And as I said, he was brilliant for us in the Championship. Signed him for only 3.6 million. So we've got good profit on Bakwa. 90 million for him. I was very happy with that sale. The next one to leave us was Charlie Cresswell. He's gone to Fulham for £5 million. Again, similar to Bakwa, good player in the Championship, but in the Premier League, not so much. 11 games last season, a 6.62 average rating. We did take a loss on Cresswell, so that's disappointing, but ultimately, he's not good enough for the club these days. So, £5 million for a player like him, not too bad, but £3 million loss is not great. Also, another one has gone to Fulham as well. That is Garman Shannon. He's gone to Fulham for £7 million. He had decent potential about him, but at his age now, I think it's safe to say he'll be no more than a squad player for us. But he could be a Premier League level player in the future, to be honest. He's all right. He's all right, Shannon. But £7 million for him, happy days. Almost got 10 times the money we paid for him. Paid 750k for him from Man City. He had a few loans out. Had a bit part to play in the Premier League last season. Got a couple of goals, but ultimately he's way behind the Costa there. So £7 million for Shannon is very, very nice. Also, we've got a new feeder club. We've got Accrington Stanley as our new feeder club. They're in League One these days. I loaned out 3 players to them this season. McCarthy, Dixon and O'Keefe, who comes under the other transfer window there. Salinas has gone on loan. Lots of players have gone on loan, to be fair. Lots and lots of players have gone out on loan. Actually, an extortionate amount of players have gone out on loan. Some of them not so useful. Some of them are useful in terms of some useful potential as well. McCarthy, he's a potential left-back for us, but way off standard. He's gone on loan to Accrington. Marius Andreas has gone on loan to Blackpool for the season. They're playing in the Championship now. He's just turned 21. Looking at him, he needs to develop quite a lot this season to consider him for next season, to be honest. But only signed him for 3.7 million. His value's gone way down now, but hopefully he can get a good season nonetheless, increase his value, and worst comes to worst, you might be able to sell him for some profit. But at the moment, he doesn't look like he's going to be good enough for us in the future. But we shall see about that. He may develop very nicely this season. Also, Espinosa's going to loan to Racing Santander in the Spanish Segunda Division this season. He developed really nicely last season from MacArthur, playing in Australia. He played 26 games there. He developed really nicely, as I said. He's now playing in the second division in Spain, which is convenient because he's Chilean, so he speaks Spanish fluently, of course. And doesn't look like much right now, but if he can develop a similar amount as he did last season, then he could be looking like a very good potential goalkeeper for us. But right now, of course, he's way off standard, so hopefully he keeps developing. He has got his first cap for Chile, though, so good on him. And also his value's increased a lot, only signing for 800k, 850k, so now he's worth 16.5 to 20 million, so that is nice. We also finally managed to get a loan for Grana. I tried to loan him last season to someone, but unfortunately no one was interested. It looked like no one was interested this season as well, but thankfully Luton came in for a bid for him. Only as a squad player, but a little bit desperate to give him some game time now. Hopefully he turns himself into a regular starter. I don't see why he wouldn't, to be honest. He's definitely championship ready, that is for sure. So hopefully he develops very nicely at Luton. And I've got high hopes for him. 19 determination. He's also driven. And you don't need too much development to be considered for the first team, that is for sure. He was in and about the first team last season. So we shall see about him, but definitely he's one with high potential, Grana. Other than that, most of the other loan players, not much to talk of. There is one new loan signing I'll get to in a second. Kappenberger has left us. He's on the Burnley for 800k. As I said, the value was so pathetic, I wasn't really interested in selling him, but signed a new goalkeeper. He's now third choice keeper, and also he's unhappy at the club, and he's definitely going to leave for free at the end of the season. So 800k is better than nothing, but to be honest, that probably reflects how poor he was last season. And miraculously, we signed him as such a gem for 1.5 million of the Championship, and we lost money on him. We lost money. I did make sure we had a clause in there, though, so if they do sell him for big money, we'll get some profit from it, which would be nice. But yeah, last season he was so bad. It's not really a loss, is it? But 800k is pretty abysmal. And our last sale was actually Ollison. I'm a bit sad to see him leave, to be honest. He's gone to newly promoted Middlesbrough for 18.75 million. I was hoping for much more than that, to be honest, but I kind of made an error. I signed a centre midfielder without selling Ollison first, and then I got a little bit desperate, so I had to accept this bid from Middlesbrough, unfortunately. It may seem a bit foolish, me selling him, because he's been arguably, well, he has been one of our best players in the last 2 seasons. He was excellent in the Championship, and he was also good last season as well. 6.98 average rating with 2 goals and 4 assists in 31 games. So it seems a little bit foolish, but we only signed him for 2.6 million, so great profit on him. And also, he's 29 now. He'll turn 30 this season. He's just not amazing, is he, really? You wouldn't say he's a Premier League level player. If at best, a relegation battling team like Middlesbrough. So we're going places now. Ollison, disappointing to see him leave, but he was an easy sacrifice to make. I would have liked it though. We got the 30 million for him that I asked for, but unfortunately, no one were willing to pay it. So that is the sales. Obviously, not too many players have left us, not quite as much as last season. Let's get to the signings now. Well, of course, the first 2 to join us were Andaquia and Moreno, the 2 players from Linares. Of course, you were meant to sign them last season in January. That got cancelled due to too many under-21 players signed abroad for the season. We finally got them. They weren't cancelled this time round, and we're finally excited to see them this season. They both look really good, to be honest. They're both only 18 as well. Andaquia's already got 11 caps for Colombo. He's now worth 60 to 72 million. Of course, he doesn't look amazing as of yet. Physically, he looks very good though. But he's only 18. So in a couple of years' time, he could be an unbelievable left back for us. So going to give him time. I'm not expecting amazing things at the beginning here, but yeah, he's going to play a lot of games this season. Hopefully he develops nicely. And I say give him time. He does look already quite good, doesn't he? Let's be honest. So maybe I'm just talking nonsense there. Very excited to have him in. And for such small fee as well. It's absolutely brilliant. Only 3.4 million, rising to 3.7. Moreno has joined us as well for 1.5 million. He's looking very good as well, though. But the one thing that does annoy me about him is his passing ability. Only 9 passing is very poor for a midfielder. Saying that, though, it's already increased by 1 since he's been here. So that is good signs. And mentally, he looks very, very good already. Mentally, he's outstanding, to be honest. And being 18, you can see how good he will be in the future. So very exciting times. I don't think he's going to get as much game time as Andaquia due to the competition in his place there, but he's still going to get plenty of game time, and these 2 are very exciting players, of course. Other than that, brought in Raul Guardiola, or Guardiola. What a combination of names that is, Raul Guardiola. Signing from Fuenlabrada in the Spanish second division, I think it was. Signing for 875k only. He's not a great potential player, but for the price, he's a very good potential player, and that's the reason why I signed him, was the price, because I knew that would definitely get profit on him. As you can see, he's now worth 19.5 to 22 million. He's gone on loan to Firth for the season in the Germany Bundesliga 2, and hopefully he can develop nicely, come back a better player. It's a little bit in the balance right now. Will he be good enough for the club in the future, or will he purely just be a profit signing? At the moment, he's looking more like a profit signing, but saying that, he's only just turned 19, and you know what? Looking at him again, maybe I'm talking a bit of nonsense again. He could be a useful player in the future for us. We shall see how he develops, but for 875k, can't go wrong with that. The next signing was a new goalkeeper. We signed him from Crystal Palace for 10 million. His name is Guglielmo Vicario. £10 million. It's a bit expensive for a 33-year-old, but ultimately I was a little bit desperate. The goalkeeper situation was, a little bit disastrous. Paul Lopez is in now, of course, and he did quite well. He did really well towards the end of the season, but we need another goalkeeper, that is for sure. Vicario's coming as our number one. He's only on 34k a week, which is nice. As I said, 33 years of age, but he was the best goalkeeper I could see we could get, and also he's very well rounded. Unfortunately, though, the last two clubs Vicario has played for have both been relegated. Forest got relegated with him, and then Palace just got relegated with him. So I'm hoping history doesn't repeat itself here, and he gets relegated with us. I'm sure we won't get relegated, to be honest. Surely we can't get relegated, so hopefully we'll buck that trend. And Vicario, it looks like quite a good goalkeeper, so happy to get him in. Of course, I would like a better goalkeeper. I'd like to find that wonder kid goalkeeper that really stands out. Unfortunately, he does not exist as of yet. Not for me anyway, not who I can sign. So Vicario, he could be a good goalkeeper for us to have for a season or two. He looks like it. Hopefully he impresses. Well, the next player I signed after that was our new record signing, and also the most exciting signing of the window. His name is Willis Alphonse Fouquier. We signed him from FC Metz for 38 million. But he looks unbelievable. Again, similar to the goalkeeper situation, I was a little bit desperate for a centre-back, to be honest. The scouts weren't finding good enough centre-backs for me, so I decided to go find them myself, and I stumbled across, well, I didn't really stumble across him, he pretty much popped up straight away, so I can't say that I did some great digging. I don't know why he wasn't on my shortlist in the first place. He should have been, and the great thing is he just ticked every single box I wanted in a centre-back. He's left-footed. He's also brilliant in the air. He's 6'7", by the way, so he's an absolute giant. He's pretty much the same size as the Mountain from Game of Thrones, so that is nice, and he's a ball-playing defender. He can play up from the back. He's just very, very exciting, isn't he? You actually compare him with Kostad, who is apparently the number one wonder kid in the world and was starting our bulk of games last season. It's scary how much better Alphonse is than him, as you can see here. Overall, he's just so much better than Kostad. Kostad still got high hopes for him, of course. He's still a versatile defender as well. He's worth 50 to 62 million, so that's very nice. But in terms of the here and now, we needed a centre-back who could come in and partner Van Hecker straight away. And Alphonse, he ticks that box massively, and I'm very excited to have him in. Very, very excited. 38 million is expensive, but look at him. And he's only 20 years of age as well. I forgot to mention that. He's only 20 years of age, so he's still going to get better than this. Very, very excited. And our last signing of the window so far is Dario Asugo. Finally, he's joined us from Sporting Lisbon for 24 million. This was why I had to sell Ollison. I should have sold Ollison first, to be honest. It wasn't really a massive necessity for us to get Asugo in. The necessity is a new forward player, which hopefully I have raised enough funds to get Mertens in. We shall see. But Asugo's joined us, 24 million. He's a very good player. Expensive wages, 80k a week, but he's only 25 still as well, so he might improve a little bit more as well. Physically, he's very good. And you actually compare him with Ollison. He's a better player than Ollison, and he's also 4 years younger. So I guess we have improved that position. It's just whether Asugo can be as consistent as Ollison. If he can do, then we'd definitely improve that position. One player I was trying to sign, though, was actually Mariba. You remember this guy? He was godlike in FM22, wasn't he? He turned out to be the best midfielder in the game, him and Bellingham. This time round, FM23, he's gone a little bit quiet, to be honest. But if you look at him, he's still unbelievable. He's 20. Well, he's not unbelievable. He's not quite the same player as he was in FN22, but he's still a very good player, shall I say? And I was in for him. He had a minimum fee release clause from Genoa for 8.75 million. I tried to sign him early on in the window. His wage demands, though, made me cancel the deal. But then a few weeks later, I realised that, you know what, Kenny, he's very, very good, and his wage demands they're not out of the question. You know, it's 90k a week. He was asking for 95k a week, and although I've been making him the most expensive player at the club, when I looked at him again, I realised that, you know what, I really want him. He's very, very good. Unfortunately, though, He chose Newcastle over us, unfortunately. And also, look at that. Look at his wages for Newcastle. 68k a week. I was thinking he's gone to Newcastle for the money, but he's getting 30k less a week than he was for us. So, yeah, very, very bizarre. That's kind of annoying, actually. He should have joined us. It would have been a very cheap signing as well. 9 million, basically. So, that was really unfortunate we couldn't get him. Also, I was trying to sign Bentancur, who, of course, plays for Tottenham in real life. He's 34 years of age now, but he's held quite a lot of his physicals, and he was a free transfer. Unfortunately, he chose to go to Arsenal over us, so that is disappointing. Also tried to sign Rafinha as well on a free transfer, but he turned us down as well. I'm not entirely sure where he went, but yeah, missed out on a few players, unfortunately. But if we can get Mertens in, the team will be looking rather good, it has to be said. The only problem now we have, though, is squad depth. I've messed up a little bit in terms of the finances, to be honest. Only 21 players in the squad, and of course Bilalic should be leaving us and Mertens should be joining us, so there'll be 21 players only, and I've loaned out a lot of players in the under-21s, as you can see. But it looks like I'm just going to have to try and fill out the squad with some loan players, or also I might just have to sell a player or two because I need to raise some funds to bring in some other ones to make up the squad. So I've messed up a little bit, but there's plenty of time to sort things out. In terms of players called up for the under-21s, well, Kieran Poole, he's in the first team now. I really wanted him as a backup ball midfielder because of his player traits, but unfortunately he's managed to develop a new trait, which is get forward whenever possible over the summer. Of course he has. So, it's disappointing, to be honest. But he's here nonetheless as a backup player. He's still 21, so he might improve yet. Physically, he's very good. I think it's safe to say he's firmly a backup player. But hopefully he can still improve and be a useful player for us. He's in the first team now. Also, Pjanic has been called up to the first team as well. You know, he's wanted on loan by Bournemouth, Sunderland and MK Dons. I'll be interested in that to get him some more development. But unfortunately, as I said, I've been left a little bit in a sticky situation now due to the squad depth. So he's probably not going to leave. Same with Poole as well. Got some teams after him for loan as well. Pjanic is up in the first team now, as I said. He looks alright, he looks good, he looks championship level, to be honest. So it would be nice to give him another season out on loan and then bring him back to the first team. But the way the squad depth is looking right now, it doesn't look possible, to be honest. The good news about Pjanic is, though, he can play on the right wing and up front as well, so that is great. Actually, one thing I forgot to mention in the last episode as well was actually our new intake of youth players. Weren't too much to talk of. One player who did come through, he looks very good, is Seamus Beagley. He is Scottish, potentially 4.5 stars, just turned 16. He's a ball-playing defender. He's 6'5" already. He's got a player trait to bring ball out of defence as well. And if you look at him here, he's got everything about him to be a great player in the future for us. So he's actually an exciting young homegrown talent we have at the club currently. Of course, he needs a lot of work and he's way off first team level. But as I said, if he can prove in every single department, he can be one hell of a centre-back for us in the future. So exciting times to have Beagley here. Other than that, not really too much to talk of. You've got Tony Brown in here, potentially 3.5, and Matonda, potentially 3.5. But realistically, the only one we can see making a dent in the first team in the future. One other thing to mention is the board have decided to expand the stadium, so that is really nice. As you can see here, 6,524 seating capacity expansion. It'll be completed in November, end of November, so that is great. Currently, the capacity is reduced by 1,350, so once the expansion is completed, we should have a stadium capacity of around 29,000, so that is very nice. Fratton Park is one of the smallest stadiums in the league, so it's great to see that finally get some expansion. That is really nice. Also, our youth level is very bizarre. Our youth level is getting increased to 1. It says we're in the under-18 Division 3 South East, but we're not actually in there. If you actually look in here, Accrington are in there, our feeder club are in there, but we are nowhere to be seen. So I don't actually know what to do about the situation. And as you can see, the standard of the under-18 series is absolutely abysmal. That's why I keep trying to increase my youth level. I increased it to level 2, which I thought might see us being in under-18 Division 2. You've got AFC Sudbury under-18s in there, but we can't have us in there. And I thought now we're youth level 1. We'll be in the under-18 Division 1, but we are nowhere to be seen. We're not getting any sort of competitive football for our under-18s, which is rather annoying, to be honest. I don't know how to fix this situation. It looks like it's a glitch, to be honest. But yeah, I'd like it if we actually got into a decent standard of the league to actually give our players the best chance of development. But anyway, let's move on from that. Let's get to the first game of the season then. Exactly the same game as last season at home to Chelsea. And in terms of the team sheet, we've got Vicario in goal, Booth right back, Andaquia left back, Alfonsi and Van Hecke centre-backs, and we've got Guevara, Asugo and Acosta in midfield, Gonzalez on the right wing, Iliev on the left wing, and Rocha up front. So in terms of debuts today, well, Vicario, Alfonsi and Acquia and Asugo are all making their debuts today. So 4 new players making their debuts. 3 of the back 5 are making debuts today, so hopefully they do well. In terms of the tactic as well, of course, it worked out quite well last season, so I've not changed anything in terms of the tactic. Rocha starts up front. It's actually the first time he's starting up front for me for Portsmouth. That is because Alberta has started off the season injured, unfortunately. He's out for 4 days to 2 weeks, so not too long now, which is great. Also, Vafali started off with an injury as well, out between 7 days to 4 weeks. So Chelsea at home. This time last season, we lost this game 3-2. Can we win it this time round? Before we get started with this game though, guys, please remember that if you like the video, hit that like button for me. If you're still watching at this point, then surely you must like the video. So do me a favour and hit that like button for me. And also, if you're new around here, do hit that subscribe button as well. It'd really help me out and it's much appreciated. So let's get started. At home to Chelsea. As I said, we lost 3-2 at the start of last season. Are we a better team? Are we better equipped to beat Chelsea at the start of this season? I'd say so. Especially at centre-back. I think that is our most improved position, is centre-back. Hopefully, Alphonse does not disappoint. And he lives up to his billing. And yeah, we could be on for a great season. We shall see. Also, the goalkeeper is looking a lot better as well. If you actually compare him with Kappenberger, he's a mile better than him. Anyway, 90 minutes in, we're finding our first highlight of the game. Look at the state of that, look. Look at the state of that behind the goal there. Don't like to see that, but hopefully it will be sorted out very soon. Should be like 5 or 6 home games, shouldn't it? And then we finally get to see that stand again, and even better, hopefully. It will be better. Anyway, Acosta looking for Rocha there. Rocha gets the ball back from Bellingham. He passes it back to Andaquia, first time seeing him, and Asugo. Alright, keeping the ball nicely here. Here's Van Hecker, had a good season last season. Here's Booth to Acosta. Back to Booth, big chances here. Gonzalez! Get in there. Gonzalez starting as a right winger today because of lack of players, and he's done well. He's scored already. Him and Booth have combined very nicely there down the right hand side. Booth with the assist and Gonzalez with the goal, and we start off the game 1-0 up in the first 20 minutes. Get in there. Gonzalez getting his big feet before the defender there. He's a big lad. He's 6'5", so he should have big feet as well. Chelsea are yet to have a shot in the game, by the way. 32 minutes in. Not that we had too much shots ourselves, but we are winning the game, keeping them very quiet. Look at that in the midfield. Guevara and Asugo, both with a green rating. Already looking like a good partnership. Can't get too carried away, of course, but already started off very well. Here is Guevara to Van Hecker. Lovely start to the new season, this. Here's Acosta to Rocha. He's through on goal. We've got to score, Rocha. Oh, my word. What a miss. What a miss by Rocha that was. He's got 18 composure, Rocha, so expecting better than that. Look at that. Well, it wasn't the greatest of first halves for us, but in terms of keeping them quiet, you can't get any better than that, can you? No shots. Happy days. It continues like this in the second half. We're getting a 1-0 win, aren't we? How are we keeping supposedly one of the best teams in the league this quiet? I don't know. They finally had a shot in the game, and to be honest, I'm hoping for a second goal because Chelsea have obviously got great quality. All they need is one chance. They're in the game, aren't they? Anyway, 10 minutes into the second half, it's Booth. Got the assist for the first goal, of course. He's doing really well here. Come on, Booth. Gives the ball away, though. And here's Havertz. Is this the first time? Here we go. My word, was that Alphonse with a block there? Look at the size of him, by the way. Absolute giant, isn't he? I think he just blocked that shot. So already great defending from Alphonse. Vicario narrowed the space down as well, and he gathers the ball easily from the corner. This is what we like to see. A goalkeeper to rely on. Well, it hasn't been a very lively game, has it? But as I said, we win the game 1-0. I don't really care. Well, Rocha hasn't led the line too well today, to be honest. Iliev hasn't had a good game as well. So I put Rocha on the left wing, and I'll bring on Pellegrini for him. Iliev, sorry. I think that'll do for now. One other thing I forgot to mention is Doué had a minimum fee release clause of 13 million for clubs in the Champions League. So Villa matched his minimum fee release clause, but thankfully I was able to offer him a new contract, and he stayed with us because he was a good player for us last season, Doué. Chelsea on the attack again. Oh my word. Big deflection and hit the post there from Jota. He absolutely smashed that ball, didn't he? What other change? Well, Rocha's had a terrible game, actually. Absolutely terrible game. What is he doing? He's nervous. Problem is, I haven't really got anyone to play that position right now, so Rocha's going to have to stay on the pitch. You know what? Bit of a risk. Asuga's had a good... Nah, he's nervous. He's not coming on either. Moreno, you're not coming on for your debut. You're too nervous, mate. I never, ever make only one substitution, but The way it's going, I just think we should stick to where it's going right now. Don't make any more changes. Rocha could come off the pitch, but no one there to bring on. Pellegrini here, by the way. Oh, nice effort from Pellegrini. Tight angle, forced a good save from the keeper. 20 minutes to go. They're still yet to have a shot on target in the match. 15 minutes to go, though, back on the highlight. Here's James. Chelsea legend these days. To Florentino. Is that Florentino Luis? I think so. Oh, no. Oh, my word. What a save from the keeper. Lovely touch from Havertz in a volley, but the keeper saves it. It's gone for a corner. My word, the game is starting to liven up now towards the end. Vicario gathers it easily from the corner as well. He's having a good debut, isn't he, Vicario? 7.3 so far. Back on the highlight again. Will this be the highlight where we can get the second goal in the game? That'd be nice when it is. Acosta with the ball. He crosses it in. Gonzalez for his second goal in the game. No, he just missed. I did say he's tall. He's 6'5", so he's quite good in the air. Well, you know what? I think it's time to go balanced here. No substitutions, but I've gone balanced now. I've also started time waste a little bit. Couple minutes to go now. I think it's time to start time wasting even more now. Right, just 3.5 minutes to go. I've gone defensive now. Put everything lower. Time wasting. Will we hold on? We do hold on. Get in. What a lovely start to the new season that is. What a lovely start to the new season. Okay, yes, it wasn't the most thrilling of games. We didn't batter Chelsea, but we're playing Chelsea here. One of the biggest teams in the league. And look at these performances here. Look at this. Look at the back five. Oh my word, what a debut. What a bunch of debuts for the players here. Look at Vicario with a 7.9 there. And Aquia with a 7.4. Alfonso with a 7.3. Asugo with a 7.1 as well. What a start to the new season that is. And Chelsea, we just kept them so quiet in today's game. Only one shot on target for them. Of course, last season we conceded 72 goals in the league. And clean sheets were hard to come by. So to start off the new season with a win and a clean sheet, very promising signs, very promising signs. Nesta Rocha, arguably our joint best player with Acosta. Not a great day for him, only with a 6.2 there. But we'll move on from that. He's a great player, and we know what he can do. But yeah, what a lovely start to the new season. Gonzalez with the goal, Booth for the assist, and more importantly, it's a win to start off the new season. Of course, we have to give the players more games than that to judge them properly. Only one game is a little bit foolish, of course, but very good signs, especially from the goalkeeper, the left back and the centre back, of course, and also Asugo, of course. Everyone did amazing. Everyone did amazing. Great debuts all around. So yeah, can't ask for a much better start to the season than that. Of course, last season it was a 5-goal thriller where we lost 3-2. What's more important, a 5-goal thriller or winning the game 1-0? Winning the game 1-0, thank you. So yeah. Not the best of games to watch, but we got the win against a very good team. So, lovely start to the new season. Very happy with that. In terms of the next episode, guys, I think I'll bring you back for the games away to Wolves and at home to Man City. We've got some fixtures coming up, of course, and some very winnable fixtures. Away to Norwich, beat them last season away from home. Also finished above them on the last day of the season, of course. Away to Tottenham as well. They finished below us in the league last season, so these two are definitely winnable games. Home to Man United, we beat them towards the end of last season, so these 3 games are definitely winnable. Away to QPR, home to Newcastle as well. So, yeah, hopefully things can click at the start of the season. I'm definitely optimistic now after being Chelsea 1-0, and we could have a sensational start to the new season. That'd be very nice. Next episode's going to be tricky, though. Wolves are a good team. They finished 7th last season, I think it was, so that's going to be tricky. And a home to Man City as well, of course. Both going to be tricky games, but yeah, after that start to the season, I'm very optimistic. I think it's clear, though, we still need to strengthen the team. Hopefully, Mertens can join us. And as I said, after that, it's just about squad depth. We cannot go into the new season with only 21 players. I need to get at least 2 more somehow. I don't know how, but somehow I have to get 2 more players. Anyway, guys, that is the end of the video. Please remember that if you do like the video, hit that like button for me. It's really important for the video's success. And also, if you're new around here, do hit that subscribe button as well. It really helped me out, and much appreciated. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.